So in today's class, the numerical based on RM series circuit, the first numerical statement is two impedances Z1 equal to 6 plus J8 ohm and Z2, that is the second impedance, 5 plus J12 ohm, are connected in series across 100 volt 50 hertz supply. Calculate power factor of the circuit. Second, total active power, reactive power and apparent power consumed by the circuit. Now in this particular numerical, two impedances are given. Z1 value is 6 plus J8 ohm and Z2 value is 5 plus J12 ohm. Okay. Now tell me, it is which form of impedance? Rectangular form or polar form?
Rectangular form.
Rectangular form. Okay. Now these are the impedances. Z1 is also impedance, Z2 is also impedance. Okay. When they are connected in series, it is similarly behaving like resistance. So when two resistance we are connected in series, say R1 and R2, then what is the total resistance? How we are calculating total resistance?
R1 plus R2.
R1 plus R2. Similarly, we are taking these two values of impedances Z1 and Z2 and we have connected in series. So the total impedance we want to find out. So total impedance Z will be equal to what? Z1 plus Z2. And I want to add their values. I want to add Z1 and Z2 values. So to add two impedances values, which form I'll consider for the addition operation? Rectangular form or polar form?
Rectangular form.
Very good, rectangular form. So I want to find out the total impedance Z, which is equal to Z1 plus Z2. Okay, so now can anyone give me the answer? What will be my total impedance? How will I do it?
11 plus 20 J.
11 plus 20 J.
Very good. So I'll say it is 11 plus J20. Okay. So Z1 is 6 plus J8. Z2 is equal to 5 plus J12. To add two rectangular forms, we are taking real parts addition and imaginary parts addition. So the total impedance Z is equal to Z1 plus Z2. So 6 plus 5, it is 11 and 8 plus 12, it is 20. So the total impedance I am getting 11 plus J20 ohm. Is everyone understood clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, thank you. Now the second data is the given voltage and the frequency. Now the applied voltage to that particular circuit is 100 volt and 50 hertz. See in unit number 3, whenever any voltage, any current is given to you, that is always the RMS value of the quantity, always. Okay, you will consider the given quantity of the voltage and the current. Okay, if the quantity is given to you, okay, the given quantity is always RMS if they have not mentioned anything. If by default they are giving voltage is equal to 100 volt, means that 100 volt will be equal to RMS value of the voltage. If they are mentioning that given voltage is the maximum voltage, then you will say that the given voltage is the VM value. Until and unless they don't prescribe anything, until and unless they are not mentioning anything special for that particular voltage, and they are just giving the value of the voltage and current in an ordinary form, then that ordinary form of the voltage and the current we are going to consider its RMS quantity. Okay. So now I want to find out the power factor of the circuit, then the powers of the circuit, active power, reactive power and the apparent power. Okay. So to know this power, Vi cos theta, Vi sin theta and Vi, in all these three formulas I required I first of all. And in the given data I is not given. Okay. So as I is not given, how will I find out I? I is equal to V by Z, we will find out. Okay. Because total Z is equal to what? Total applied voltage divided by the total current. So similarly, I will say total current I will be equal to what? V by Z. Now, I have Z in a rectangular form. Okay. And I want to find out the current. Where current is what? Current is equal to V by Z. Now, this is which mathematical operation I supposed to do to find I? I is equal to V by Z means I have to do which operation of mathematics? V by Z means
Division.
division. And to take the division of two phasor quantities, okay, which form I required?
Polar form.
Polar form, okay. It means I have to express V divided by Z in their polar form. So I will express, okay, in polar form. So to express Z in polar form, first of all I will find Z in polar form. So now here I express Z in polar form. How I calculated that? 22.82 is equal to under root 11 square plus 20 square. That is under root x square plus y square. So this is 22.82 is the value of R, that is magnitude, and 61.18 degree is the angle phi. So how will you find out 22.82 value? By taking under root R, by taking under root x square plus y square. What is x? That is the real component 11. What is y? That is the imaginary component 20. So under root 11 square plus 20 square when you will do, you will get 22.82. And to find the angle 61.18, you will take tan inverse y by x. So when you will do tan inverse 20 divided by 11, tan inverse 20 divided by 11, you will get 61.18 degree. So now you have written Z in polar form. Okay. And to find out current I, which is the ratio of V upon Z, I suppose to write V also in polar form and Z also in polar form. Because I want to operate in division operation. As I want to do division operation, I have to write them in polar form. So Z in polar form I have, but what will I write? V in polar form. As I said, when I want to write any quantity in polar form, I require its magnitude and angle. Its magnitude is nothing but its RMS quantity and angle is the phi. Now I said the given value of the voltage is 100 volt. So by default, this given value of 100 volt, what we will assume? It is its RMS value. So 100 volt is by default, we will take its magnitude of the voltage. Okay. And there is no any angle given for the voltage. So by default, we will take the angle 0. I'll repeat again. Whenever any quantity of voltage and current, if it is given in data, and whatever the value of that voltage and the current is given to you, you will assume that that is the RMS value. And if they have not prescribed with their angles, you will take by default values of their angle 0. So how will you represent now V in polar form? Yes, V in polar form. How will you write V in polar form? कसं लिहिणार? V चा मॅग्निट्यूड काय लिहिणार?
100.
आणि अँगल काय लिहिणार?
0 degree.
Very good. So I'll write V 100 at an angle 0 degree and Z is 22.82 at an angle 61.18 degree. So 100 divided by 22.82, the ratio is coming 4.38 and angle 1 minus angle 2. So numerator angle is 0 minus denominator angle 61.18 degree. So the angle of I is coming minus 61.18 degree. Now how you will check whatever you have got the answer, whatever you have calculated, whether it's correct or wrong. See, you got the angle of I negative. It means you are correct. Why? Because this is RL series circuit. How you will calculate, how you will come to know that it is RL series circuit? Because in RL series circuit, the XL term, I said in impedance triangle, the XL term is always positive. So the Z1 is also one RL series circuit and Z2 is also one RL series circuit. So one RL series circuit plus another RL circuit, it is giving me total equivalent RL series circuit only. So this total impedance, which is 11 plus J20, that is RL series circuit, and in the RL series circuit, my current is always lagging. So when my current is always lagging, obviously its angle will be always negative. So see, the angle of voltage is 0 degree, means voltage is at reference position. And compared to that reference position, the value of the angle offered by the current is negative. It means current is lagging that voltage by an angle 61.18 degree. So it is negative. So negative angle I am getting in the current polar form. It means I am correct. Whatever I did in that particular numerical till this step, everything is correct. Is it understood clearly?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Now I will find out the first factor, that is power factor of the circuit. Okay, now in the yesterday's class, what I said, what is cos phi? It is the ratio of R by Z.
Z.
Okay, it is the ratio of R by Z. So you can do in two ways. Okay, now R by Z of this total impedance, the Z magnitude is 22.82, and what is its R value? Its R value is 11. Okay, because Z is equal to R plus JXL. So in total impedance, what is 11? 11 is R value, and what is 20? 20 is XL value. Okay, so you can either do that cos phi is equal to R by Z. Okay, so 11 by 22.82 you can do, or else there is a shortcut, that power factor of the circuit is denoted by cos phi. So it is cosine of an angle phi. And what is the angle phi? The angle phi is always the angle offered by the impedance. I'll repeat again. Power factor of the circuit, it is a term cos phi. So cosine of angle phi is the power factor of the circuit. So which angle phi you supposed to take? The angle phi is not the angle offered by the current. The angle phi is the angle offered by the impedance, because in impedance triangle, if you remember, in impedance triangle, the Z was the resultant. So in impedance triangle, if the Z was the resultant, then angle phi, that the angle offered by the phasor Z. So in the polar form of Z, we are getting the angle of Z. So of that angle positive, okay, if you will see here, the power factor of the circuit is cos phi. Now here, see, minus 61.18 degree. Now this minus 61.18 degree, if you will take, okay, then you are taking the angle of I. So cos of 61.18 degree is coming 0.4819, and 0.4819, you have to write that it is a lag. Why lag? Because it is a RL series circuit. Whenever you are calculating power factor of the circuit, you are supposed to write the next word, either lag or lead. Now how you will come to lag or lead? When you are taking a cos of 61.18 degree or 61 minus 61.18 degree, it will be what? 0.4819 only. So cos of 61.18 degree, you can do it and you will get the 0.4819 is the answer. And lagging, why you are mentioning? Because the current in inductive circuit, it is lagging. So the power factor of the RL series circuit is lagging. Okay, simple. Or else, if you are so confused, then you can straight away take the ratio of R by Z. What is value of R? I said R is 11. What is the value of Z? It is 22.82. So 11 divided by 22.82, you will get the answer 0.4819. Okay, and it is a RL series circuit, so you will write it is a lagging power factor. Now simple, active power. First power. So VI cos theta, where cos theta is how much? 0.4819. V is how much? 100. And I is how much? 4.38. Now here we are only taking the magnitudes. Okay, we are only taking the magnitudes of all quantity, not the angle. So V is 100, I is 4.38, cos phi is 0.4819. So it is 211 watt. The unit is watt. Active power unit is watt. Second power, it is a reactive power. The reactive power is Q, which is VI sin phi. So V100, I 4.38, sin phi, sin of now the same angle. Okay, you will get 0.881. So the Q is coming 383.67 watt. That is volt ampere reactive. Then the last power, that is apparent power, that is S, which is the resultant power. S is equal to V into I, where V is 100, I is 4.38. So the apparent power S is equal to 438 volt ampere. Okay, is everyone understood clearly the first numerical?